I just want to go through the makeup brushes with you. Okay, I'm going to do a tutorial on the makeup brushes, the new set that's come in and sold out and coming in again next week. So this is the lovely case. This is the way we open it. It's got your mesh bit there that you can put all your bits and bobs in, and that bit to cover so that makeup doesn't transfer onto here. Okay, so you've got your 4 brushes that are double-ended. So easy. We like anything that is convenient here at Donna May London. Super easy, right? So I'm just going to go through each brush and show you what's what. So let's start with foundation brush. Okay, every brush is labelled to tell you exactly what it does, and they all come with a brush card. Haven't got one on me at the moment. To tell you exactly what to do with each brush as well. Okay, so there's no reason not to have a good makeup, right? So obviously this is a foundation brush. So I have got my base on at the minute, but I'm just going to do a little quick Scooby-Dooby so you can see what's what. Now, I do throw on my foundation with my hands most of the time, but when I want to do a proper job and when I feel like my skin needs a bit more, I will always use a foundation brush because it gets in the creases, okay? It's really good for just cleaning up as well. If you've there's any droppage from any eyeshadow, I use this foundation brush to clean up under here. Okay. So we took loads of time designing this range because we've done a range before, which were all lovely still, but was just, you know, every time you want to improve, don't you? So we removed the lip brush because not many people use the lip brush, so that we could have 4 double-ended brushes and not 4.5. Yeah, and we just changed a couple just slightly. Right, okay. So that's that. The other end, you've got your concealer brush, okay? So when I do my concealer, I put it under the shadow, remember? Not on top of the shadow, and not under all these lines here, okay? It just gets too full up, too clogged up, very aging. Right, I'm just gonna let that dry for a second before I powder it in. The next one I'm going to use is my super soft, look at that, super soft blusher, bronzer. I've got some bronzer on, so I'm going to put a little bit more on, but just, you know, ignore. So yeah, I put that on. I give my face a whole bit of colour. And I do that when my concealer's just drying in a bit, okay? Then go back and then just pat that concealer in just where you need it, okay? Don't take it up to under the eye if it's not necessary. It just looks too much. It just sits in the lines too much. If you want to colour any greyness or purple shadows, then I suggest a peach or a yellow based concealer that you can dab on in that area. A brand called Lily Lolo do a really nice pale lemon. It's called Lemon Drop. Really fine powder that you can just dust under there and takes away the purpley and grey colour. Okay, next of course is the blusher brush, my fave, and you know I'm a liquid cream blusher fan, so dib dab dab dab. It's a bit like an old-fashioned stenciling brush. Remember in the 80s people used to stencil their walls all the time? My mum did that in our bedroom for us when we were little. Can't remember what it was that was stenciled, like shells or something around the dado row around the middle. Okay, and then we've got the eyebrow brush. This one, I've done my brows already, but yeah, I've got no shadow to show you. So you know this is your brow brush. So it's slightly slanted at an angle, which is really nice for neatening up, putting your powder on your brow. Putting your powder on it, you know, in your colour, doing your line in there, taking it down here, and then brushing that shadow into the hairs, okay, just like that. You can also use that brush for an eyeliner if you want to, or under eye. And then the other end of that, we've got a multi-use brush, which is kind of our replacement for the lip brush. So it could be a lip brush if people want to keep using a lip brush. It's also thin enough to be an eyeliner, really nice eyeliner, I'm going to show you. And could be concealer, or it could be under eyeshadow, okay? So that's a really good brush we're going to come back to. Then your eyeshadow brushes. What we've got is, we've got the eyelid blender, this one. Slightly slanted, nice and fluffy. And then we've got the teardrop shape one, which is this socket line blender. Okay, you can see that, which is perfect for socket line. Right, so let's do some shadow. I'm going to use this NARS. This is called Suede. Some lovely colours in that. So I'm going to use the eyelid blender first to go over the whole eyelid. Now, somebody said, oh, how do I stop it dropping and, you know, going all over my cheeks? Always, always tap off the excess. You know, you've got to tap off the excess or immediately you're going to drop it everywhere. Okay, so this brush is just a really good brush for just applying over the whole eyelid, okay? Just like that. It's soft enough just to really blend it in. You haven't got to work too much to do that. Do this one. Okay, and then I'm going to use the socket blender, this one, which is a teardrop shape, and I'm going to use a darker colour. So I'm going to use the sparkly brown in this one. Again, always tap off, okay? And this one sits perfectly in the socket line. Look at that, look. Hardly doing a thing there. And then all I'm going to do is just back and forth in that socket line. And we're going to blend that in a minute. So let's just do the other side first. So do both sides until like most of the colour has come off the brush. Okay. And then you swapping over, because I used the lighter colour on this one, didn't I? I can just blend that back and forth and blend it in till it's nice and soft, okay? Same on that one. You just don't need 1200 eye brushes. I know as a makeup artist we do, but if you're somebody at home and you're just doing it yourself, then you really don't. You only need 4 or 5. Right, so then I'm using that multi-use brush, and I'm going to take that dark colour just under my eye, just to continue that smokiness, you see? Perfect brush this is for that. Okay? Go a bit darker if you want to. You can take it in a bit more if you want to, but that's enough for me for now. And then I'm going to use the same brush, that one, to do an eyeliner, okay? If I can find my eyeliner. Be 1 second. Okay, found my eyeliner. This is a compact eyeliner that I use as a makeup artist, and it's by Kryolan, and it's a cake eyeliner. But you could dip that into your black eyeshadow or brown eyeshadow and do the same thing, or you could if you've got a liquid liner, put some on the back of your hand and use the brush. I like quite a thick brush, not too thick, but a weighted brush. It just gives a nicer line. I don't like it when it's too thin. I'm just doing a little bit on the back of my hand, so literally I start from the outside like that. Drag it out. Okay, I'll do the same on the other side. Now I don't take my eyeliner too far along because it really closes my eyes up. I haven't got masses of space here like some people, so I kind of take it into my lash line. You can see, look, about there. I like to draw it out, just give a little bit of a shuji flick. Okay, could do a little bit more on that one, just like that. Excellent there. And then let's put some mascara on. I'm going to use my fave. Bore you all with my favourite, don't I? It's the Volume and Definition Maxi Mod by Kiko. So let's put a bit on. I've got a bit of mascara on already, but let's just put a bit more on. Really tops the look up, doesn't it, when you get the old mascara on? Or use your spoolie from your brow kit to give them a brush through. Okay, and then let's put a little bit of lippy on. What should we put on? What should we put on? I'm going to put this one on, which is 01 Bear, and it's Nude by Nature. And it's just a really lovely peachy, sheer kind of peachy gloss. Now, of course, you know what I'm going to do. I'm going to add a bit more blusher. I just love the blush. You know what, that banging is my son doing his drawing practice upstairs. And then the husband's in the bathroom painting the bathroom walls with the radio blaring. And the little one's downstairs painting his Saxon house that I'm helping him with. Love the art projects. There we go. So that is how to use the 4 double-ended makeup brushes. Hope you like it. Any questions, then just shoot them to me and I will happily answer them. And yeah, these are the brushes, and really hope you like them. Any questions, give me a shout. Bye.